Polito chamo engapa. Hantuk himak pisama shapisa la shike. So I was just sitting here looking at some Dick Gregory videos, and I came across this one. I haven't seen it. Um, I want to try to make it to the Economic Equity Forum here in Detroit um, sometime the end of this month. Uh, I want to make it there, and I'll watch and see what they have to say about the future for this city. Um, and I want to try to get some footage too. So we'll see how that goes if I can make it or not. Because I know Dick Gregory, he was at one before. Um, I was just sitting here and I was just thinking, like, Dick Gregory, he would fast for like, 2 years on fruit water. He would fast like 170 days on water. Um, I've only did at most day length. I've only did like 30 days on water. Um, I can do more than 30 days. I can do like right now, like I've just like the last couple days I've only been drinking just lemon juice and watermelon juice. That's all I've been drinking. I had some dates last night to break my fast. Um, but that's all I had. I was just thinking though, what if everybody on earth just ate a fresh way? Like, what if everybody on earth just ate a fruitarian diet and was just like clean? You know what I mean? Because I wonder sometimes, like, when you're around people in public and like they're poor, their diets are poor, the waste that they have on their body, like their breathing patterns and everything, it affects you. Like their waste that they have on them, it gets dumped on you. And I was just wondering, like, if everybody ate a clean diet, we would probably be able to levitate. We would probably be able to go to heights about this hemisphere and not be affected by gravity or anything. Um, and I really believe that because, like, if you go in public, man, like the average person, they just eat a terrible diet. Like they don't eat fresh at all. Um, they don't eat fresh at all, man. It's like it's crazy. Like my body won't even let me get away with eating a certain way. Like if I eat a certain food, like my melanin, like it'll just clamp onto it and just spit it out through my pores or something. And like my face is clear, but I'll get like a bump or something like that. Um, my tongue will turn white. Like something will happen where my body is just dumping waste. And like when I just eat clean, like my body don't dump waste. Like I don't have waste in my body really. Um, so like I have to be very clear with that. Like it can be days when I get up in the morning and like I've just eaten only fruit or just drink water and vegetables, like water fasting, and like my breath will not have a tinge on it. Like it will not be dry or anything. So like that's what I be thinking about too. Like what if I had a partner and like they didn't eat clean? Like you know what I mean? Like would she like will her breath like be kind of like kicking in the morning? Like I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? It's like you got to be careful with that, man. Like you share a bathroom with somebody, you got to be careful because you never know like what you'll see. Um, yeah, I don't play around with that, man. I got to be careful because like you want to be like you want to like be in a long term relationship with somebody like who eats the same way you do. Like you want to raise your kids up on a diet where like you eat the same way. Like the only pizza we'll be eating is like a chickpea pizza. Like that'll only be on family days or something like that. Like you don't want to be put in a situation where like you're eating a certain food and like your child says, he's in public and he sees, he sees someone eating a lobster or something like that. You don't want that to happen. You know? Like I've known families to like just be raised up on vegan diets. Like it's important, man. You see what he has in front of him. He has some electric light water, and he has some apple juice, Tropicana. So Dick Gregory, he knows the experience of living in Chicago. He knows the experience of living in St. Louis. He knows the experience of living in Washington, D.C. He knows it. And like, this is our dear brother. He passed, man. Like, I wish he was still alive though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like he would have said so much about what's happening right now with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. He would have said so much. Like I wish like throughout his years he would have still been making like video archives for like it to be released in the future. Like seriously. Like he was wise beyond his years. Like how is your breakfast, lunch, and dinner just fruit juice? You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was wise beyond his years, man. Like you look at some of our people like that only break they fast when they eat a burger or something like that, or they eat like a rib tip fry dinner or a chicken wing dinner. That's the only time they break they fast. So yeah. I love it, man. Like I really love it. So here's my new wallpaper. See the trees? See the tribe? That's my new wallpaper. So I don't have a preference whether I change it throughout the month or anything. I just change it. But here's what he has to say.
You ain't going to classes, huh? You hear me? We know it ain't something you discuss, huh? And all you ask that nigga, who's Melba? A black man, I go all over the world. I spend millions of dollars for research. That's why you see me with them white boys. They can't trick me. Ron or Garland, what year were we here demonstrating against them hoes? Where's Ron? Well, you remember what year?
No, we were on Delmar?
Yeah. It was called the Stroll. Any of y'all old enough to know that?
Forgetting it too much.
Black women, 50 blocks every. So I'm on a TV show here. CBS. And he said, well, Mr. Gravy, why you been out here this long marching? You against pot? No. I said, just take it downtown. First National Bank, prostitution is for the benefit of white men. They said, you mean black men? She my sister. I had her in the slave tent. She didn't have a job and I didn't have a job. Pussy's something you buy. And now I get her after she leave you, dripping wet with a pocket full of your money. This is what the whole game is about. So when I went to college at Southern Illinois University, the whole house was run by a black woman, Ma Hatchett. Niggas couldn't go. The Olympics is a pussy thing for the rich white boys, huh? To send their children. The Malaysian airplane that was missing, y'all remember that? Do you know that little town, country, has 129 airlines? Did you know that? That little bitty town, country, 129 separate airlines flying. What do they do? You ever bought anything from Malaysia? It's where billionaire white boys go to freak out with 6 and 7 and 2-year-old girls. Huh? That's what it's about. I know this and NBC don't know it. Huh? I know it and NBC don't know it. And y'all sitting by that bullshit? Somewhere.
So you hear it, we're 3 minutes in, and he's a civil rights pioneer. And civil rights, that just means human rights. You know, he's a human rights founder, man. Like he fights for justice on behalf of people who can't fight for themselves. You know what I'm saying? He's a comedian also. So like he brings a warmth to the room. When you first hear this stuff, like it's going to affect you in a certain way. Like you're going to be surprised that he even says these things. But like, who knows about Malaysia? Who knows about Thailand and all these places where, like, you know, they have sex slaves made out of, you know, kids. You know, like it's terrible. He talks about this. Like I didn't know anything about this until I started hearing him say things about it. Like all you have to do is read an article and just expand your thoughts, because like you don't know like immediately what's going on, but he talks about this in length. And I also want to say Detroit, they just completed the Greenway Joe Louis project, so that's a good look for them, Detroit. But I'm really looking at northern Michigan right now, trying to buy property out there. It's a good look for them though. I would say that much. Yeah, they're slowly making decisions that's affecting the people, and I think it's going to get even better because like when immigrants move in here, like immigrants who know about the stock market, they're coming from places like New York where they have family up there, like in the Bronx. These people know about, you know, buying property and like improving it. They know about stock marketing. They know about uh, dump sales and stuff like that. They know about this stuff. So when they get properties registered with a deed, they're going to be buying stock, and like whatever property that they own that's on their deed, the surrounding areas is going to improve. And I'm seeing that already. And people want to call it gentrification, but really, you just didn't buy property and do dump sales. You didn't do that. You didn't buy stock. You just went to the DHS office. In the DHS office, you just went there and just asked for help and assistance. These people are not just doing that. They're getting that plus some, and they're buying stock. And like stock is easy to buy. Like you can buy fractional sales. And I've said this in previous videos. You can do fractional sales. You can do fractional buys. You can do shareholding. Like, and it's simple. All you need is like $1 or $5. That's all you need. And just let it sit in your brokerage account. But they're doing these things, man. And like, hey, like areas is starting to improve. And like what you're going to notice is that some of these places are going to become like New York in years to come. That's ultimately what it's going to be like. Like a lot of these places are going to be like New York, because they're going to bring their family up here. Because that's how Manhattan is. It's like it's a bunch of foreigners just walking around drinking coffee and eating McDonald's. And like a lot of these places are going to become like that, man. It's unfortunate because like when you talk about equity, the equity challenge as far as like land use, you want land use to be exclusive to you and your family. But like if you're not, like if you don't have discipline to like have a brokerage account, like if you don't have that discipline, you're going to miss out every time. Every time you're going to miss out. So I'll go ahead and close out, and you can look at this interview. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's why Richard Pryor's dead. That's what run him crazy. His mama was a hoe. His grandmother ran the whole house. How many of y'all knew that? And in the black community, if my mama was in the whole house and grandmother ran it, that's a scene of pride. Why? Where he lived was in Peoria. So when they have the mass convention from all over the world in Chicago, Peoria is just 90 miles away. And then white boys come down there, so can't nobody see them. I mean, white folks can't see them. Huh? And they do it all over. And when they show up, he bring them, pull in front of the house, and honk the horn. That's where the word honky comes from. And y'all ain't slowed up to say, wait, let me back up. Honky. Let me explain honky. What is honky? That's what it is. My mama told me Santa Claus was a white boy and she was buying the toys. That's my mama. See, I can't talk about your mother because you niggas are lying. My mama said, tell Sears, the bill, I'm not here. Anytime you tell a child a lie for you, they'll lie to you. Huh? Huh? That's what this is about. I'm thinking about how many black folks in America will take your children to Disneyland to see a rat and have never carried them to King's grave or King's tomb. And had he not died, you niggas wouldn't be welcome. You're just a bunch of ungrateful thugs, and you don't know it.
On that note, try to visit the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. with your family. We all have a museum that we can introduce our kids into as far as us knowing our history. We all have a museum in our city. We all have a mosque in our city. Let's go there. Let's get to know the people there. We all have these in our lock boxes. You want to go see Louis Farrakhan speak? He's right there on Stony Island in Chicago. Go up there. You know, get to shake his hand before he transitioned. Like, get to shake his hand, get to know him. You know, I know if I was still in Chicago, I would be at Mars Marion right now. If I made it to the age that I am, I would be there right now. I would be there right now. So on that note, great peace, Yakoki.